This is the story of an uncomplicated and humble family. Their story is told honestly, as only people of integrity can speak. Their narrative is an admission of struggle and missteps, but most importantly, a story of boundless love. However bold the claim, I feel that in the recording of their journey, I too have become a member of their community, their family, their timeless circle of devotion. Allen Johnson, May 10th, 2013.
In the place I grew up in when I was a kid, we had a big wooded area behind our home, and we used to go down there and make tree forts and climb up in the trees, and yeah, we just had a great time, and rode our bikes all down through that area, and just always messing around. In fact, I learned how to drive there. My dad bought an old military Jeep, and that's where I learned how to drive clutch.
In the backyard.
It was in the backyard, driving through the woods with that old Jeep, yeah. So
Right.
had a lot of fun times in that place there.
Children did a lot.
Always outside.
We were always outside. I mean, it didn't matter what the weather was. Children in the neighborhood, we got together and we played hide and go seek and kicked the can, and when it snowed, we were sledding on the hills, and we were climbing trees and riding bikes, and it's an interesting thing that I don't see that as much.
Yeah, I remember Dad even taught me how to fish. He bought me my first fishing pole, and he put this rubber plug on the end of it, and he taught me in the backyard how to cast. My brother and I built this, I forgot all about this till just now, but we built this old wooden go-kart thing. And Dad and I had gone up to a different wooded area and cut some wheels out of logs and drilled holes through the center of them, and so it looked like a Fred Flintstone go-kart.
Yeah, how funny.
And we used to take it up, we lived on a hill, and we used to take it to the top of the hill and get in that thing and ride it to the bottom of the hill.
You know our love was meant to be.
First time I saw her, we had not met, and I didn't even talk to her the first time I saw her, but her dad was managing Value Village in downtown Renton, and my mother and dad used to go down there oft times to get clothing and things like that, and I saw her there. And I thought, wow, she's really good looking.
Because I worked there. My dad was the manager.
Yeah. So anyway, she was down there one afternoon. I think it was a Saturday or whatever. But anyway, I saw her and I thought, wow, she's really good looking. And I thought, boy, I'd maybe like to get to know her sometime. Well, anyway, lo and behold, the following year, her and I have classes together in middle school. And so that's when we met, was in middle school.
Actually, we're kind of an item for about a year, I guess, maybe a year and a half. and I left, and my family moved. Like I had said earlier, we moved a lot, and we went to California, and I
Lost track of each other.
and did not see him for many years, like 4 or 5 years. And then when my parents were getting ready to move back to Washington, at that time we'd already moved to North Carolina, and we'd been there, and found out we were moving back, and we started corresponding via mail, and anyway, and
Had
then
a lot to catch up on.
yeah, we did a lot of years to catch up on, and really just started kind of hanging out together because I had been in a serious relationship prior, and anyway, we were just hanging out and trying to catch up on old friends, and it was daily for 6 months, and then we got married.
You got married.
Yeah.
There were times when my dad, he thinks it's pretty funny to scare us. So one instance in particular, we had bought a house that kind of had been overrun with some mice, and periodically we would see them. So he had placed a mouse trap behind the washer or the dryer, I can't remember now. But and he was telling this story about,
You know, these mice, when they get together and there's a lot of them around, they run out of food, and the next thing you know, there's cannibalism. They can start eating anything that comes around. They could be in here anywhere.
and Melinda goes flying like over the back of the chair, the remote's flying, all of us are screaming, and then he's sitting over there laughing like that's the funniest thing he'd ever seen in his whole life. So he just likes to do that. He thinks it's funny, and maybe that's the only way he can get through having a house full of women. And I know as a family we will always be there for each other no matter what comes our way. We'll always have each other. And I think that you can't beat that. You just can't beat family.
Do you remember 21st September? Love was changing the mind.
Well, Melinda was, I guess, a special child to me in my life. When I was at the hospital and she was born, I remember very vividly seeing her in a dream. And so I guess that was kind of a confirming thing to me in my life, that there are certain things in this life that are supposed to happen, certain things that come into your life that are a part of your life and your future. And
She was
Melinda was
one.
definitely that. Yeah, that's the thought I was just having, is that you've obviously seen and will know that our life has not been perfect. We have struggled as parents, we've struggled in our family, but just because you don't have perfection doesn't give you, hopefully, the feeling that you should just quit. That family needs to be continually pursued and that we need to work with one another, be forgiving, and continue to strengthen family ties, because family matters. Family matters.
Thanks to Mom and Dad. I mean, they raised us so well, I think, and kudos to them, because it could not have been easy raising 4 girls. Honestly, it could not have been 4 girls. But you know what? They're awesome, and they've been steadfast, and they've been consistent, long-suffering, not perfect, long-suffering, and I think it's awesome, and I think we're all doing pretty good.
Me too. I agree.
Love you guys! Ow, my arm!
And will you get married and have babies?
No.
No, why?
Because when I get married, I'll have one little kind of ring. A ring.
A ring? Oh, okay.
Mommy, I'll get married and then I'll get a ring, right? Yeah. She said yes.
Oh, okay. But you won't have babies? Oh, okay.
I just have a baby.
Oh.
See, look. Behind you.
Oh, yeah.
I just have one here.
I forgot about Kyla.
Yeah.
She's your baby?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, do you know if you're going to marry an important person?
Yeah.
What?
I think
What will that person do?
me, when I grow up, and get married, I will get Grandma married and Papa married with me. And Mommy and Daddy too. And you too.
So we'll all be there at the marriage?
At the temple!
Oh.
Kyla too.
And Kyla, of course. Yeah, you bet. How old are you now?
I'm almost 4.
Almost 4.
Yeah, after 3.
Right. And so that's a lot of years. What have you learned in all of your years of life? What's the most important thing that you have learned?
I've learned about Mommy and Daddy.
About Mommy and Daddy. Yeah, that's a pretty good thing to learn.